like we said with the Long Beach show, one of the prime attractions was the SS Central America Ship of Gold display, which, I think that it is important to kind of clarify because most people are like, well, that's been around for a long time. And it's true. The first, that treasure was found back in 1988. So it's been a long time, and they've brought up things in different phases. The first of which was heavily marketed, John, was it 2002 to 2004, you'd say? Is when the first SS Central America stuff started coming onto the market?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you, what year that was. I wasn't in on the first round of marketing. Typically, shipwrecks and other large hoards are dispersed in a different way than they don't start out in the dealer market. They start out, in more of a marketing sense.
Marketer, right?
Yeah, and it's also very good for the hobby in general because it just gets the word out about the hobby to the general public. It doesn't really start within the hobby. Most whether we're talking about that Saddle Ridge hoard that Amazon released for Kagan or something like that, where everyone was asking me about that Saddle Ridge hoard because it was all over the news. But the fact of the matter is, coin collectors generally couldn't afford to play because a coin collector realized that the coins were market priced about 2 to 3 times over what collectors would normally pay for the same issue.
Right. So in this case, we had a bunch of litigation that had to happen before the next round of coinage could be sold from the Central America. And so now that that's all concluded, this is why we have the new display at Long Beach. And according to the things that I've seen, those coins are starting to hit the market in April. And so the topic would be, do we think that there's more than 5,000 U.S. gold coins that are going to come onto the market from the Central America. And the ones that already have been out are pretty, they do quite well when they get resold into the aftermarket. We see an auction, the 57S20s do pretty well with the gold labels.
Mm-hmm.
And so will the influx of this new amount of Central America coinage impact those prices?
I think they'll be positive because those will become sort of a classic example of a shipwreck coin. The Brother Jonathan coins that came out, and I'm trying to remember what year that was. I actually attended in the auction for that at Bowers and Marina Head. Yeah, it was in Los Angeles. But those coins are extremely desirable today. You don't see them, and if you do, you're willing to pay a nice premium. And I remember, when I was a dealer, that they would sell very quickly. They're great secondary market items.
And what's more too, we can't forget, these are great crossover items. They don't appeal just to the average coin collector. They appeal to those who love nautical history, shipwrecks, all these different areas of different markets. So I would have to suggest that the market out there is still very vast, and to drop 5,000 or 6,000 more pieces out there is not going to harm prices at all. In fact, if anything, as mentioned earlier, all the buzz will only help not just those prices, but help the industry as a whole, help the coin collecting market, and help everybody involved in this effort here. So I'm really excited to see this hoard hit the market.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a net positive. I couldn't agree more.
Cool. Well, then that's good news, obviously, for those who already own the previous Central America coins. And
true.
And it's like you said, it is very good that a lot of the people that buy these coins are not core coin collectors,
right?
Because they're seen as historical artifacts.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I expect that the grading services will have a different packaging for this hoard. So it'll be like a SS Central America 2.0 or something label versus the 1.0 label. And
I'm sure
we can, yeah. I mean, all the marketing will come into play on that. We'll hopefully bring in, I'm sure we will bring in new collectors. And one thing we know for certain is it doesn't take a lot of new collectors to change this market. So any influx will be good.
And I hear too, I think there are 2 more pockets that were not yet, I guess, discovered or not yet explored in the shipwreck. So there could be even more excitement down the road coming from this whole.
I have no idea.
This discovery, yeah.
Sounds good, Josh. You'll have to research that for us.
Absolutely.
Maybe take a swim.
CBS News reported. I'm gonna take a swim down there myself and see what I find. I'll let you guys know.
Okay. Get your scuba license renewed.
There you go.
Get back to us.